Good evening and thank you for joining us at our virtual open evening. We look forward to giving you details about the access to HE and Level 2 courses and to answer any questions that you may have. Firstly, before we start, I'm being assisted by the marketing department who will be manning our chat channel today. If you have any general questions, you can ask them throughout the presentation. Just type them in the chat box, which is the speech bubble in the middle at the bottom of your screen, and they will reply. We will also be taking specific questions at the end and have a team of colleagues here as well to help answer them. If we're not able to answer a question today, we will definitely get back to you soon with an answer. We plan to run for about half an hour for the presentation with 15 minutes for questions at the end. So we should be finished in about 45 minutes. During the presentation itself, we will mute your microphones as this prevents feedback and makes the sound quality better. I hope you can all hear me okay and see my presentation on the screen. Please let us know on the chat if you have any problems and we will try to sort these out. So welcome again. My name is Leslie Classic and I'm one of the team of tutors responsible for delivering the Access programme. I'm joined here this evening by my colleagues Jo Nitchuan, Emma Austin, Pam Lloyd and John Adkins, who will talk to you about different course options and answer any questions that you may have. There has never been a better time to be considering studying on one of our Access courses, which are very much rooted in the employment opportunities in the local community, as well as the national priorities for addressing the skills shortages. With the coronavirus pandemic generating a new respect and need for our scientists, NHS and social care workers and teachers, the opportunities are there for a career change into these all-important professions. The courses that we have on offer and that we're going to talk about tonight to help you progress to any of the career options mentioned are as follows. We have a Level 2 Skills for Working in Health and Social Care course, which is part-time. And then at Level 3, and these are all full-time courses, we have access to nursing and healthcare professions, access to social sciences and education, access to social work and mental health professions, and access to science laboratory techniques. Each of our Access courses has got a unique programme which is tailored to a very wide range of relevant university courses and career options. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Jo to talk about the Level 2 course.
Good afternoon, thank you, Leslie. So the Level 2 course in the Certificate in Skills for Working in Health and Social Care has been developed to enable you to gain skills and knowledge to cope with academic demands of progression to the Access courses and then higher education. It can also enhance your application for employment in the health and social care sector. The course is organised into units and assignments or workbooks, with tasks that have been created to direct you in how you can achieve them. The Level 2 units are assessed at pass only, and we really work on helping you to develop a good level of understanding. So though they are only pass units, you will find that you will develop so many skills and feel really able to progress. And to pass the course, you need to achieve a minimum of 26 credits, but we support you well to get through that course. There are examples of the units here at the bottom of the slide, which show the broad aspects of the course. There's understanding the health and social care professions, ethical issues in healthcare and personal studies, and we also cover some anatomy and physiology, which links nicely into the Access course. The entry requirements would be at Level 1 Functional Skills, English and Maths, or GCSEs grade 1 to 3, though we do take people on who have some experience in working in care and sometimes people with no experience in care. And that's something that our Careers Advice Department are very good at helping you with. So if you're interested in working in health and social care but don't have any experience, but you're well motivated and keen, you might be able to do the course as well. And our Department for Careers will be able to support you in finding some experience as well, which will help you progress onto the Access course. So good IT skills are helpful, but again, if you haven't got those skills, we're very good at helping with that, and we have a good learning centre at the college. So there is support available to you in the form of one-to-one sessions and additional workshops. And you'll be encouraged and supported in using self-directed study, which you can engage in research and prepare written assignment work. And we have excellent facilities at the college with ebooks and a good library with IT facilities. So we help you prepare. You will need to also gain maths and English at level 2 to be able to progress on to our access to HE diploma courses. However, this course really does also prepare you for work. So if you were looking for employment, this course can help you to demonstrate care standards to an employer. So it's a very useful course if you're looking to work in care. And here you can see a case study from one of our current students who's going to be going on to university. So her name is Neelam Hussain, and she had studied on the level 2 course, and she's now on the Access to Nursing course and will be progressing to university to study nursing. And she said, I really enjoyed doing the level 2 skills for working in health and social care course. Not only did this course help me to give a confidence boost, it also helped me in gaining insight into what the Access to Nursing was all about. A lot of the units are smaller versions of ones included in the Access course, such as basic anatomy, communication, and equality and diversity. We also learned about the Harvard referencing, which really helped give a head start for later. The level 2 course helps you get ready for the Access in many ways. It builds your confidence, develops your knowledge about the units, and helps you get ready for studying at a higher level. I would recommend to anyone that is thinking or planning on doing the Access to Nursing course to do the level 2 first. So if you're not quite ready for the Access course, this course is really going to help you, as you can see from Neelam's case study there. Thank you. So if you're interested, do contact the college and fill in an application form.
Thank you very much, Jo. That was a great explanation of our level 2 course, which we've been running now for, I think, 3 years, and has been really successful, as Jo says, in preparing people for the Access course. So just a reminder, if you've got any questions as we go along, just type them in the chat box and somebody will get back to you. So moving on to our Access courses, which are full-time level 3 courses. So they're equivalent to 3 A levels or a BTEC extended diploma. They're taught on either 2 or 3 days a week, as well as needing 15 to 20 hours a week for independent study. They are extremely intense, but will give you the academic knowledge and study skills needed to progress to higher education. For those of you who have already looked at our university requirements, you'll be reassured to know that these are all worth 60 credits, 45 of them graded, and the courses are validated by Laser Learning Awards, one of our qualification agency's recognised providers. I'm now going to introduce you to our Access courses at Langley. These courses have some similarities, but each is an individual programme tailored to a wide range of university courses and career options. On each programme, we have more units approved than we need to deliver, which allows us to respond flexibly to both student demand and needs in the local community. In the 8 years that we have been running Access courses, we've evaluated and changed them to give the best possible experience to the students. The Nursing and Healthcare Professions course at Langley has a strong vocational focus of health sciences. The course consists of a range of important core units, such as the one on the National Health Service, and an extended independent academic study. All our courses at Langley contain units on mental health and equality and diversity, as an understanding of these topics is vital in all professions. In addition, our nursing course has 15 credits of anatomy and physiology, as well as neuroscience and nutrition, thus leading on to a wide range of university courses and health professions. The entry requirements for this course are level 2 English and maths, which could be GCSE or functional skills. The majority of the students on the Nursing and Healthcare Professions course do go on to either adult mental health or paediatric nursing. However, this student chose an alternative health profession. Here we have Tabitha, who found that the course gave her the necessary skills and knowledge, as well as boosting her self-confidence. It also gave her the academic skills to prepare her for studying occupational therapy at Brunel University as a stepping stone to a career helping individuals and the community. In a new development, we are also hoping to offer a foundation degree course at Langley in professional practice in health and social care from October 2021, which would be an additional progression route from the nursing course. Our next course at Langley is the Social Science and Education course. This combines sociology and psychology with units such as child development and early socialisation. As with all the Langley courses, there continue to be the core units, including the EIAS, which allows for students to research a topic of personal interest in some depth. This course is highly relevant for anyone who wants to go on to social sciences at university, but also who may want to progress to a career in teaching. As well as a range of options for progression to university, we also have a foundation degree in primary education at Langley. The entry requirements for this course are Maths and English GCSE, and GCSE Science is a must for anyone who wants to go into primary teaching. Let me introduce you to Bilal, who wanted to become a primary teacher, but lacked the qualifications and enthusiasm for studying. Bilal found that the Access course content, along with being in a class with a wide range of motivated adult learners, ignited his passion for learning, as well as confirming his passion for teaching. He was impatient to start his primary education course at the University of Reading. 3 years ago, we updated our social work course to include a focus on mental health professions, following recommendations for improved access to services contained in the NHS long-term plan. This course contains some of the same core units as the nursing course, but also gives a more in-depth introduction to psychology, mental health, and social work, leading to a range of courses at university, and including our foundation degree programme working with children and young people here at Langley. The entry requirements are the same as for the nursing course. That's GCSE English and Maths or functional skills. The third of our students tonight is Natalie, who, having been a foster carer for a number of years, wanted to go further and become a children and family social worker. Natalie found the academic writing initially daunting, but with support from her tutors developed the confidence as well as the high grades needed to progress on to University of West London as the next step to achieving her dream. I would now like to hand over to my colleague John, who is going to tell you about the science courses at at Windsor.
Thank you, Leslie. At Windsor, we offer science laboratory techniques. Probably the big difference between this course and the courses offered at Langley are the availability of labs. At Windsor, we're trying to focus on students that are going to university to study laboratory-based science. The new specification for A levels has put a big emphasis on laboratory skills. And so most pure sciences at university are going to require proficiency in laboratory skills to be able to take those courses. And that's one of the things that we can offer at Windsor. It's going to be taught alongside theory. The program comes from LASER, just like the Access courses at Langley. But as I said, our main focus is on the laboratory and developing those laboratory skills that are going to be required to go on and study at university. We had a class last year, that we had 6 students, and all 6 students got places at university based upon their performance at the Access course. I believe the next slide is an example. Christina decided to sort of change careers in midlife and came to us to study the Access course in Combined Science, the old name for this course. She was an excellent student. She worked hard all the way through, and we're proud to say that she got a place at Royal Holloway. I continue to keep in touch with Christina and just spoke to her last week. She's getting ready for her first year of exams at university, and I don't mind saying that she was quite complimentary about her preparation from Windsor College and how it helped her succeed in her first year at university. And so, you know, I think if you're interested in a course that's going to be sort of a lab-based course, most of our students in the first year were interested in medical laboratory techniques, which is, as you can tell from the name, highly sort of dependent upon lab skills. And so it's the other option, if you will. Our entry requirements are the same. We GCSE maths and science, or maths and English. Hopefully you've got a little bit of science, but we teach theory alongside the labs to accompany that. So it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. So as you can see from that brief taste of our 4 access courses, there are a very wide range of career options that you can progress onto, some of which you will have already thought of, but some of them you won't necessarily have thought of. So they are really good courses to move you on in whatever direction you want to go in the future. And all our 4 access courses include careers information and UCAS preparation as part of their core programs. So why choose Windsor Forest Colleges Group? Well, we're able to offer very small supportive classes, and many students have referred to My Other Family, making good friends for life. We also offer exceptional tutor support, and this has been recognised as exemplary by LASER, our awarding body. We have a bank of excellent online resources which are accessible 24/7 to support your study. We were already delivering a third of the courses online before lockdown, and this year we have extended that provision, including both remote and blended learning, to help prepare students for university. We have additional study skills support, as I think Joe has already mentioned, which is essential when it may have been a long time since you've been studying and in a classroom. There is also additional advice and help with UCAS applications, job applications, CVs, and any other careers information that you might need from our excellent careers team. And we also have some financial support available to help with travel and childcare costs. And finally, there is 24/7 mental health support through an online platform. Additionally, we have superb facilities to help you study, with a £700,000 upgrade of the HE facilities at Langley, which gives spacious and well-resourced classrooms and a separate independent study area just for Access and HE students to use at any time. We have a lecture theatre to get you ready for this method of teaching at university, and John has already told you about the excellent facilities at Windsor for the all-important practical science work. In addition, we have dedicated laptops for you to borrow when in college, and a laptop leasing scheme if you're considering buying a device already. So thinking about what next after your Access course. So since we started our Access programme in 2013, we have had well over 300 students progress on to study, both locally and further afield, at some of the best universities in the country. In our current cohort of nursing students, we have 7 students who hold offers from King's University, which is ranked 2nd in the world for nursing. In addition, we have had students progressing onto our well-established HE programme at Langley. If you already have a level 3 qualification or are over 24, you may wish to take out an advanced learner loan to pay for your course. You will only start repaying this once you are earning above a certain threshold, which currently is 25,725 a year. If you take out a further student loan and complete an HE course, so at university, your year loan for the access course gets wiped out. Further information about this can be found on the government website. In addition, in order to help with nurse recruitment in the current climate, the government have bursaries to help with university costs, and there are also bursaries for social workers to help with the costs in the second and third year of university. In addition to all of that, some universities will offer bursaries for particular categories of students or for students that get the highest grades. So there is lots of financial help available to you. I'm just going to show you a few other comments that learners have fed back to us. As John said, we get a lot of complimentary comments about the course. As you can see, these students can tell you much more about their experiences a lot more eloquently than I can. As well as the courses, studying at Windsor Forest Colleges Group also brings plenty of other opportunities to be part of a thriving college and develop a wider range of skills and interests. There's a lot going on and an awful lot that you can get involved with, as well as the gym, the on-site salon at Langley College, and the student union, which you can get involved in. So to sum up our offer to you, firstly, we promise to keep you safe, an especially important consideration as we emerge from the lockdown. Following the government guidelines and taking into account the feedback that we've received from students about their concerns over the last year, we've put in place hygiene and social distancing measures, smaller class sizes, timetable changes, and excellent remote learning during the lockdowns. We can also help you to make progress. The Level 2 and Access team consists of tutors who are highly qualified and very knowledgeable in their fields. We've developed the curriculum of each course and made further adaptations year on year to make them highly relevant to your career aims. In addition, we've already helped many students just like you to achieve their dream of going to university. Finally, we can help you to protect your future. Our achievement rates are consistently twice the national benchmark, demonstrating the stretch and challenge in our curriculum. Our students are highly satisfied with their experience, and many new students have enrolled because they've had the course recommended to them by others. We've adapted and improved our courses year on year to ensure that our students progress on to HE and employment. We've developed strong links with providers and admissions tutors. As a college, we have an Ofsted rating of good, but in addition, last year, LASER, the awarding body, graded our access course provision as exemplary in 7 out of 7 categories. So thank you very much for listening. We hope that you've gained the information that you need to make a choice about studying with us, and we're happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Leslie. That was really so informative. I think that was a really strong overview of the access course and the quality of the access provision at Windsor Forest. So well done to your team for getting such top marks. Okay, I've got a couple of questions around the days and times you have to be at college and trying to fit childcare around that. How are the courses structured?
So the Level 2 course, I'm assuming Joe's quite happy for me to answer that one. The Level 2 course is taught, is a part-time course. So currently that is taught on 2 mornings a week. They are quite long mornings, but it is just 2 mornings. The 3 access courses at Langley are taught on 2 days, so that's 10.5 hours in college. Currently, They are a Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, depending on which course you're doing. For all of the Langley courses, we would aim to make sure that students knew before the end of the summer term what days the courses were going to be running in September, so that they would be able to arrange childcare and time off from their employers. John, I don't know if you want to come in there about the science course.
Yes, thanks. At Windsor, we are going to run the course on the 3 days a week. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We will start late on Wednesday and Friday. We'll have a 10:45 start. Thursday, we'll have to have a 9 o'clock start, just so that we can fit all of the time in those 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I should have just said that the access courses and the level 2 course will start at 9:30. So the day for that would be 9:30 to 5. Just the mornings for the level 2, but the access course would be 9:30 to 5 on 2 days a week.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you. What about things that the learners would have to buy? Is there equipment, books, etc.?
So does anyone else want to answer that?
Well, at Windsor, we try to provide as much material as we can. The library has a good source of science books. The science that we're teaching is fundamental science, and so it's going to be in any textbook, any A-level quality textbook, and we have a good source of those in the library at Windsor. And some students have them from when they went to school, and they're most of the stuff that we teach hasn't changed a whole lot in those intervening years.
Level 2, sorry, for level 2, we don't ask you to purchase any textbooks specifically. We have ebooks available to you, and we provide many links on learning platform that we're currently using. Our virtual learning environment is Moodle, and we provide many links to resources there. For access, however, on induction, we will talk to you in more detail about each subject and relevant textbooks you might want to purchase, though we do again have online copies of most things, and but there might be some anatomy and psychology books you might like to get copies of, but you can often get those secondhand. And alongside that, we have some hard copies when we're in class of certain textbooks. So we have a range in the Learning Centre also of good books which support the course, and our learning members of staff in the Learning Centre are very knowledgeable about our courses and know exactly what you'll need and where to find those books. So overall, we have all the resources really to support you through the access courses.
The other thing that might be worth getting would be a good study skills book, which we use alongside the course, and also looking into purchasing a laptop or something to help you with your studies would be useful, and checking your internet connection, and also getting a USB stick, some way of getting yourself organised before you start would be really useful too.
Thank you, Emma.
Pamela, were you wanting to say anything?
We try and build as many links on Moodle, which is the college's intranet, because so many of our topics need to be up to date. We've also got the ebooks, which you can access through the Learning Resource Centre in college. So getting subscriptions to something like the Nursing Times is very, very useful. So this has daily articles which are published, which you can get through your email or mobile phones. So really just being prepared to look at the news programs and be really plugged into what's happening, not just in the UK, but around the world. We've got used to that in COVID times. My goodness, what a lot is happening all the time. So get used to, running quite quickly to catch up with all this enormous amount of information that you're going to have access to. And we encourage you to bring that into your work, to have breadth and depth in your studies.
Great, thank you very much. Can I just ask a question for the panel about how the courses have run during lockdown? Have they all been online, and how have the students adapted?
So the access courses, we made a decision last September that we would deliver the access courses remotely in order to keep everybody as safe as possible. So we did that, and actually we were very glad when the lockdowns came that we had done that, because obviously we got our students online and used to remote teaching back in September, October. So by the time it was a complete necessity, they were used to it. We found that that's gone very smoothly. The quality of the lessons has been exactly as you would have in a classroom. So it hasn't been any kind of distance learning. It's been proper teaching, but we've been using the Teams platform in order to deliver our lessons. So we have been remote. Ideally, we would like to be back in the classroom as soon as it's safely possible next year, so that we're looking at more of a blended learning approach. So there might be some time in the classroom and then some time with remote lessons, which is the model that the universities are going to go for.
That's brilliant, thank you. And what would you say to learners who are maybe nervous or maybe don't think they can do it? I know confidence can often be a big part of taking that step back to study.
I'm going to ask Emma to answer that, because Emma, along with other people in the team, is fantastic at building that confidence in students who are feeling a bit nervous. Having been a technological dinosaur myself when I joined the team, Emma and Joe have really helped me with my skills, my IT skills. So over to you, Emma, on that one.
Okay, really, I would say confidence-wise, we're always very supportive. The door's always open for people. Any questions they've got, you know, a lot of these things we've been through ourselves, and we're trying to juggle lots of things, you know, family life and studying and working. So, you know, we're quite open to supporting people through those steps. I think we're quite good at imparting that confidence in people. It's just maybe they've forgotten that they have some of those skills, and that's something that, you know, we can bring out in them. I think it's just the support is always there. You know, we try as much as we can to respond to their emails, their questions. Any question is important. No questions a silly question, and a lot of team activities and team building and ice breaking opportunities to get to know each other. So really, we try and break those barriers down and help people build that confidence back up. And it's really quite a cliche, but I do say to people that when they join the access course, it's a bit like going on a journey, like on the X Factor. You know, when they start, they're quite nervous and worried, and can they do this? And gradually their confidence builds, and at the end they're like, yes, I can do it, I can do anything. And they go off and they achieve all their dreams most of the time. So yeah, we're here to support that, really. Yeah, I hope that helps a bit.
That's fantastic. I've just written that down.
Thanks, Emma. I'm just going to add to that, because I think is also support in college as well. So the IT technicians are fantastic at helping to support students with, you know, when a student's got a new laptop and not quite sure how to use it. So that's always helpful. And we have Sabia, who is fantastic study support, and is also very IT literate. So she can always do one-to-one sessions with an individual student to help them with some basic IT skills so that they can access the materials. And I think the other thing that's really important about teaching adult access and level 2 classes is that you can always guarantee that in the class there'll be somebody else in the class that is able to help out. And that's a great way for students to get to know each other and to build up these relationships, because there'll be somebody that can sort out your IT problems, and then you can help them with something else. So you know, a lot of the younger students are very proficient at IT because they've grown up with it, and they've been taught it in schools, and they're always really helpful. Whereas some of the older students have got that life experience that they can then put back in to supporting younger students emotionally and with their academic studies. So lots of support across the whole team really, and the whole course, all of the courses.
I'd just like to add in as well, the support from different students on the course, and with mature learners, you've got people who are juggling many things, including their families, their jobs, their children, been homeschooling this year as well. But time management skills get very well honed early, and it's really inspirational for us to be able to see how individuals manage that, and then can give very useful tips to help others. So the support amongst peers on the course is one of the great strengths of Access courses.
Great, thank you so much. I've got 2 more questions for you before we wrap up. One is around English and maths. What are the requirements for English and maths, and how do we help people get to the right level?
So if the students are on the level 2 course, then they may want to do English and maths alongside that, and we can sort out courses for, say, functional skills level 2 English and maths alongside the level 2 skills for working in health and social care. Any applications for that would have to be separate. That's not part of our department. Generally, we would advise students to have English and maths qualifications before they come onto the Access course. They will need them to progress onto university, and because the Access courses are so intense and they are full-time courses, it's quite difficult if students are juggling any additional studying at the same time. In addition, in order to get the high grades that they might need to go on to university, they need to hit the ground running with the Access course. And for that reason, we would say that having a level 2 qualification in English is an absolute must for an Access course. We might consider, if a student had just missed a level 2 qualification in maths, we might consider letting them do the Access course and then doing the maths alongside it, particularly if they're going to have a resit in November, December time. But yeah, again, at the college, there are adult-only English and maths classes, so that our students would be able to join those, and they're not having to work with the younger students in English and maths.
I'm sure that probably helps sometimes, doesn't it, to have that foundation year, getting yourself up to speed before joining the Access course. So probably a good move anyway.
I think for anyone that's been out of education for a long time, is not feeling very confident, maybe lacks IT skills, but wants to make this progression, then the level 2 course is an excellent starting point to really build that confidence and the required skills, and then to progress onto the Access course. And then generally they're flying once they go onto the Access course.
Great, thank you. And then at the other end, when we finish the Access course, what support does the college give with university applications and personal statements and that whole process?
Okay, so the UCAS applications and the personal statements are all part of the core curriculum in all of the Access courses. So there is a specific module which is part of the course, where we teach all those kinds of things. So there will be speakers coming in to talk about university courses. The universities do great workshops on preparing your personal statement and preparing for interviews. So we make sure that we access those. There'll be lots of help and guidance given by not only the Access team, but the careers staff in the college, who can give that additional support with UCAS applications. We do interview preparation, again, as part of our core units, to help with going out for interviews. So all of that is really guided, you're guided and supported through your whole UCAS application and onto university.
Great, thank you. So that wraps up all the questions. So thank you so much. That was a really informative presentation. And we've recorded this, so we will be sending this out as well to everybody that has registered for the event. And we'll be posting it on social media and on YouTube. So if you want to come back and revisit any of these points, you can watch on demand when it suits you. Anything else from the team before we finish? Anything else you want to get across?
So I was just going to add, I hope that we've given you all a good insight into studying the Level 2 and Access courses. And if you are interested in applying for September, you can find a link on the website to complete your online application. And we look forward to welcoming you in September. And goodbye and thank you for listening.